Hello, I'm Dr. Sri Banerjee, Core Faculty for the College of Health Sciences and Public Policy at Walden University. Today I wanted to introduce you to some of the traditional ideas that I grew up with, and it's a mixture of tradition and modern ideas, and that's known as the Durga Puja, or Durga Puja, as it's pronounced in different parts. So it's a long, drawn-out ritual, but a lot of it is something that's emotional. There's a lot of drumming involved, and it takes place. It starts with the lunar calendar. It's a long festival, October 1st through the 5th. Of course, September 28th was the new moon that created the nourishing power of the goddess. And then 7th day of the waxing phase of the moon. Every year, that's when this takes place. The festival starts with the creation of the goddess, and her name is Durga, and the battle with the bull demon Mahishasura. And he was given this power by one of the gods, and so it took a goddess with the power of all the gods, combining Vishnu, Shiva, and Brahma, and other goddesses. It's actually that's annually done. Is brought to ritualistic life, venerated. In fact, ritualistically bathed. And the hair done with the mirror, so she's on her line, and she conquers the bull-headed demon. The story ends with the propitiation of the goddess, and the goddess then is floated away into the river. So this is a combination of stories. Most of the modern festivals are a syncretic combination of previous religions that influenced Hinduism. So there, over the years, over about 700 years, Bengal was developed, and there have been Mughal kings. There afterwards, it was a British kind of capital enclave, and so broadly speaking, this was influenced by also Catholicism, which was embraced and introduced in the late 1800s. More so, broadly speaking, this festival is a combination of Catholicism, Hinduism, and some of the mythologies. So this is an image of the goddess that is created every year, and the foods that I was always used to eating during this time is a lentil-based food, which is known as khichdi, and then some fried fritters, mixed vegetables, and some tomato chutney, which is kind of a sweet sort of, but it has some spicy flavors. Interesting history at first. It was actually a practice that only rich zamindar class, and they were the landowners. And unfortunately, in the 40s, there was a revolt, and this was in Bengal. Who would, but they would be holding festivities in households and feeding the people within the population. So it was kind of a barter system. But they couldn't. The poor could not participate completely, and then there was the problems with untouchables and lower castes who were not a part of the participation. As time evolved, there's democratization of the practice, and then these actually became gathering places where there would be discussion on how to oppose colonial British rule. So a lot of the inception of the ideas that later on Gandhi and others were able to work on were a lot of this was formed in these festivities. So modern Hinduism has its roots in the 1800s as a combination of individuals that work together, and just as the religion evolved, there were different practices. So this is kind of a overview over a festivity that is going on currently. Thank you for listening.